Howdy y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's KFierceScene and welcome to my Flow Grove Party Guide. This should be most anything you'll need to know about having a Flow Grove party or attending one. So if you enjoyed paleo content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it so much, and give this video a thumbs up because it really helps me out and helps push me out there to the algorithm. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. So let's first talk about attending a Flow Grove party. So attending a Flow Grove party is pretty easy, it's pretty much just showing up, Sign-ups are a little varied. You'll find them a lot on personal Discords or something like that, or somebody just might be offering a random one in a general chat. They're not as coordinated as often as cooking parties, which is really sad because I actually really like these. They're kind of easy to attend and host. So I definitely recommend keeping an eye out for them because they're literally just showing up and chopping trees. That's literally all there is to it. And if you can't chop the trees, that's perfectly fine too. This, as I said, this is a great beginner accessible type of party because all you have to do is be in a party with somebody who can cut the trees, and you can just still follow behind and just still collect loot and not even chop any of the trees as long as somebody in your party has chopped the trees. So it's very beginner accessible and not as overwhelming as maybe a cake party may be. Now, actually going over what to do if you're a beginner and your bags are full, and obviously most of them they should have chests available for you to drop stuff off, as well as the storage bins. Now, if you're going to drop stuff off in the storage bins, unless you need a lot of the sapwood, I would personally recommend throwing the sapwood into the cell bin first, as they make no profit turning them into planks. And 3 of the 4 types of trees are going to give you sapwood. You're going to get a lot of sapwood at these parties. So unless you need all that sapwood, just go ahead and throw some of the stacks. If you need bag space, just throw them to sell. Because the heartwood planks, they might be a gold a piece if you sell them, but if you turn them into planks, they're 2 gold a piece. They double in price. So if you've got the storage space and the bag space and you're willing to sit on these so you can get them processed and you get enough lumber mills going, I would definitely recommend turning them into planks before selling them. And a similar way with the flowwood, you don't get as much of an increase because flowwood's 11 gold a piece and the planks are 13 gold a piece, but you still get an extra 2 gold per plank. So in my opinion, it's still well worth, processing, especially when you come to parties like this, because I know this is about 150 trees, and this will typically yield my groups about 1,600 pieces of flowwood, and so you putting 2 gold on top of that, that's a lot. That's a lot of extra gold to turn into planks. It just takes a little bit of a time investment, and you got to have the the sawmills going, but yeah, so that's pretty much all there is. It's just showing up and chopping trees and collecting the loot. And being respectful of their rules. That's the main thing, They might have different rules. If you see a bush, a big thing, if you see a bush on a property, do not cut their bushes. You can't regrow these things, and that's just mean. So don't do it, But yeah, just only cut what you're supposed to cut, be respectful, follow the rules, and collect loot, and it's just easy money, so. Okay, so now let's talk about hosting your own flow party. Now, in order to host your own flow party, you want to make sure that you have the availability to have flow seeds, and the only way you can actually get flow seeds is by getting your little statue, by completing one of the bundles, and then there's another quest after that which then unlocks the process of getting flow seeds instead of regular seeds. But it's still a chance every day. But one thing is, if you fill up your inventory. Like, I'll actually show you here. Well, we guess we'll do it this way. But you see down here, I have one of each of the regular seeds, and then I have just my bag just filled with just random stuff from my storage. And I come over here and it says loot. That means that this is going to be a regular seed. Now, in order to force it to be a flow seed, every time you reload in your plot, it's going to change your seed. So now we loaded back in. We're going to run back to the statue. And now see how it says inventory full now? That means it's a new item. That means it's an item that we haven't gotten before. So we'll just go to our storage. And I was going to drop off one thing, and I'm going to run back. I'm going to collect it, and then bam, I got a flow acorn. And I could guarantee myself a flow seed. And you can even be specific on the type of seeds. As of lately myself, I have been more specific on getting the pine seeds, as the pine trees give heartwood and they are worth more than the sapwood if you turn them into boards. So to host my parties, I'm trying to focus on getting as many pine trees as I can personally, so that the people who come to my parties make the most money that they can, if they choose to. You know, that's obviously it's a bit of work, but you know, I'm here to give them that option. So, and now the only other way to get flow seeds, you know, because one a day, it's going to take you a long time to save up enough. Literally just request flow seeds. People are always giving out flow seeds. Like, I literally request like 2 pinecone flow seeds a day, and people are always giving me flow seeds. So, you know, I know once I get to the point that I have enough seeds for my weekly runs, I'm going to definitely, after that, give flow seeds out to people as a thank you for all the people who have been giving me flow seeds. But at the same time, all the people that are giving me flow seeds, I'm sharing them. I'm sharing all this flow wood with so many other people, you know. So, and that's just basically all there is to collecting flow seeds. There ain't much to it, but it just takes some time to build up a big enough collection, and you got to be a little bit into the game to actually, you know, properly host these. So now that we've talked about collecting the seeds, next I figure we'll talk about, you know, just actually kind of just running the thing. So, I mean, there isn't too much to it, as a, you know, as I mentioned before. It's just like literally people just coming over and cutting trees on your plot. Now, I will say, every tree on this plot counts towards my decor limit, you know, obviously for, you know, this plot. But it also counts for my decor limit for every other plot. Because that's just the way trees work right now. No matter what plot you have a tree on, it will count towards your limit on all of your plots. So if you're planning on hosting parties, I definitely recommend not having your main plot at its complete max. You know, you do want to give yourself some wiggle room. You know, I have 157 trees on this plot myself, so that means my main plot, I'm going to be 157 lower for my limit, and I have to have a little less, you know, decor on my main plot, which is fine because I'm not, you know, nowhere near that limit for me right now. But yeah, and so the next big thing is obviously people coming over to your lot and chopping trees. Now, they can't just come up and just chop your trees. If somebody visits your lot, all they can do is pretend to chop trees, unless you give them editor permission. And in order to do that, you're wanting to make sure you go into your top-down menu. You know, you on the Switch, I know you push in the left joystick. But anyway, so you get to this menu, and then you're wanting to press the white button beside the word Grove, and for the Switch people, it's the plus button. You want to go to your plot settings, and then you want to go over to security. Now, on the security and permissions, this is on a lot-to-lot basis, so any of my other lots, nobody else has editor permission, except those that I give. And the way I work mine is you have to come at least a week or two before I give you editor permission. You know, I got to be able to trust you. But if somebody's not editor, what there's going to be another line right below, you know, your last person here, and it'll say visitor, and then I'll have everybody else, and you can just click it and you can choose what option you want to give them, you know. And, you know, as I said, to me, you gotta, if you're brand new to my channel, you're gonna have to, you know, hang out with us a little bit before I just instantly trust you, you know. But, you know, for me, I don't want to deny anybody the chopping aspect of this, because the chopping aspect is what people like about it. You know, they like to swing that axe, you know, and just walking by and just collecting loot isn't fun, you know. And so I want to make sure that, you know, people coming to my parties have the most fun possible. So the way I do it is, where I have more than 4 people showing up, I have multiple parties, and I have a designated party leader of my other 2 parties. And basically me, and the last time we had 3 parties, so it was me and my other 2 party leaders, would all take turns hitting and tapping. Like, we'd all tap, and then everybody else could just come in, just clear it out, and just knock the tree down, and they had fun. We'd collect it, we'd move up tag, and then everybody else would demolish tree. That way we guaranteed all 3 groups got loot, and everybody got to have fun and swing the axe, you know. And it was a lot of fun. And, you know, this is what 157 trees look like. I currently have 10 rows of 15 in each row. I do have them pretty tight knit in, because I'm just playing around with how I want them set up. You can set them up however you want. You know, I will say though, 100% give them a storage chest. You want a storage chest, preferably one in the front and one in the back. If you have them long and stretch out, you just want to have them on each side of the grove. That way, as you go through, people can more easily grab what they need and deposit things as they want. You know, I like to kind of keep mine closer to my box. So basically the way we're going to be working is we start at this side, and then we work our way inward, you know. And I put an anvil down, but to be honest, nobody really needs it unless they just come in with non-really fully healed tools. But as long as they repaired before they showed up, you really don't need the repair station. But I have it there just in case. But yeah. So that's pretty much it. There isn't too much more towards hosting a grove party. I have a lot of fun with them myself. I think they're a nice break from cake parties. I love cake parties. I do my cake parties every Sunday. But, you know, I like the idea of having group things to raise other skill sets too. And this way I get to help people level up their foraging. And I really like that, and I really enjoy that. So I'm definitely going to take this moving forward, and I'm probably going to try expanding up to 200 trees myself and see how I like that, because I just feel like 150 trees doesn't give me enough experience. You know, I am spoiled on the cake parties where you get a ton of experience from making cake. So, you know, this one's more of a little money maker, but it's definitely more of a beginner accessible party, and I definitely recommend it for new players who want to get in and don't really have a resource to make a lot of money. It's a great way for beginner people to make early game money without the stress and anxiety of a cake party where you might mess things up. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this, but thank y'all for chilling with me today, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day.